there's two dynamics that are quite specific to it. Firstly, the consultancies is very much up and out. So in other words, you're expected to make it to the next rung of the ladder in a certain time frame, and if you don't, then it's up and out. That if you're within the pure consultancy world, certainly the bigger consultancies, you kind of like eventually you miss your ladder, your run, and you're gone. And then you typically would go in house, like the corporate strategy team that I was in. But the second one is it's just very hard work. It was regular for me in those days to be working, midnight, sometimes on projects. And actually, I'd say the element of being sort of operator versus strategy, the actual thing that actually began to frustrate me was not the work itself. It's the fact that you could work till midnight for 2 months on a project and then suddenly get a random email saying, it's been discussed, we're closing down this project. So, you put your heart and soul into what in the end you're kind of thinking, well, all I did was produce some PowerPoint slides. But it's extremely hard work. I remember I was working on it. We had a team helping us from one of the big consultancies. I won't say what, but one of the big four prestigious consultancies. And there was this, I was working till about midnight and I decided to go home while the tube was still running. And I realized the partner from this firm had fallen asleep at his desk. So I kind of tapped him on the shoulder and I said, look, time to go home, it's midnight. And he literally looked around and just started working again. So yeah, and I thought, and I think, he, from memory, he was certainly approaching middle age, and I know he had family from memory. So, I just don't think it fits that lifestyle. I think many people leave the consultancies and go in-house to where things aren't quite as intense. And then when they go in-house, they're looking to kind of make the move out of strategy. And I think it's a very reasonable thing to do. I think I wouldn't want to spend my life writing PowerPoint, however much I was paid.